everyone can appreciate a great storyline that leaves you breathless. Here to tell us about Joanna Evans' award-winning play is Upstream Theater's co-founding board member and artistic director, Philip Boehm, and actress Magan Wiles. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you.
So, Philip, tell us about Upstream Theater.
Well, we're now in our 12th season, and we are committed to bringing an international perspective to local theater. Over this time, I think we've presented about 34 plays, some 21 of which have been U.S. or world premieres. Magan has been working with us since our very first season. We have also done plays from about 20 different countries, and we are committed to a casting practice that is local, professional, and inclusive. And so we're an equity company that uses local actors. And this play is a play from South Africa. It's the second play from South Africa that we have done, and we're doing another one in the spring. It's written by a young playwright, Joanna Evans, who was recently at our rehearsals and contributed some ideas. And
That's pretty interesting to have the actual playwright at your
very
rehearsal.
Interesting.
What was different? What did she have to say that was
Well,
different?
I was on pins and needles. Is she going to like the direction or not? Because she's also a director, and the actors were fantastic as far as dealing with that. And also, she had some thoughts, because she did it in South Africa, where the play plays differently than it does here. Here, the residents, in a way, we touch on the universality of the piece, but the local references take us away from St. Louis to bring us perhaps closer to some of the issues. And there, of course, it's set there, so their audiences don't hesitate. It's like when you do Tennessee Williams here, and they talk about in the jewel box, for instance, in Glass Menagerie. I didn't have to identify what the jewel box was for the St. Louis audience, but for a German audience, say, that would be have a different significance. And so with this play.
So Magan, you've done quite a few plays, and you keep going back. For 10 years, you've been working with them to this bringing international to the St. Louis area. Why is that important to you?
I love St. Louis. It's the first city I ever loved, the first city that felt like home. It's important to me that St. Louis have a vibrant theater scene. I love working with Upstream because it's difficult and interesting every single time. I do mostly classical work in my professional life, so working with Philip is usually some of the only contemporary theater that I'll do. But the process is always super imaginative, really just allows me to sort of go to the outer edges of my imagination. He's an actor's director, so everything is made together in the rehearsal room. He doesn't come in with a plan and make me stick to it. I get to sort of help make it as we go along, and I love that.
Oh, indeed she does.
And Philip, why this particular play at this point in time?
Well, this is a play about two souls who are yearning to reestablish a connection that they had had when they were 8 years old. But life has imposed divisions on these souls. And we are now in a world rife with division. And these divisions are growing deeper and wider, and the differences are perhaps more stridently expressed. And so at this time, particularly, and because this takes place in South Africa, in a post-apartheid world, but even if it's post-apartheid, it doesn't mean the legacies of apartheid have vanished. And so we have two people, one black, one white, reaching towards each other. But this theme is explored very, very much within their personal worlds. It's not an overtly social piece. The social dimension comes through the personal, and that's what's very moving about this play. At Upstream Theater, our motto is we want to move you and move you to think, but the moving comes first. And what's moving, especially working with actors like Magan and Eric Connors is the other actor, we have these very intimate worlds connecting, colliding, missing each other. And I think that we go through these people and their struggle to see a larger issue. That's what I would say.
Well, what's interesting is you compared it to post-apartheid and the issues that were still there. post-slavery in the U.S. here and the issues
Right.
that are still there. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, let's talk about how this play is relevant to the conversation that has happened and is happening right now in this country in which we live. We'll have more with Upstream Theater right after this.